bone marrow transplants between donors and blood cancer patients. It was last summer that he became interested after learning about the Bone Marrow Registry's lack of Latino representation. In order for blood cancer patients to find suitable donors, that donor often needs to be of the same ethnicity. As such, the underrepresentation of Latinos in the registry means that 55% of Latino blood cancer patients never find donors and therefore do not survive their illness. Here to tell us his story is 17-year-old Quint Finney, who joins us with Gift of Life Marrow Registry Community Engagement, with the Gift of Life Community Engagement Coordinator of Boston, Krissy Kelly. She'll bring us up to speed on their annual upcoming Steps for Life 5K run and walk coming up on April 29th. Welcome to Urban Update. Thanks for coming in. Let me start with you, Quint. This is really amazing. Just kind of tell me how you got involved in the registry and why.
Well, initially I was with my mom one day and she got a call from Gift of Life, and my mom, being a Latino, they explained to her their severe kind of lack of Latino representation and what that meant. And me living in Chelsea, a minority city, a very strong Latino community, I was already kind of starting to look for a way to give back to the Latino community, and I thought this sounded like a really great opportunity. So I got in touch with Gift of Life. I got in touch with Krissy first. She helped me understand the registry a little bit better, and I started working with them.
Now, you're a senior, right? Are you in senior what, in high school?
I'm a senior in high school, yeah.
Where do you study?
I'm at Phillips Academy, Andover. Okay. I've attended there for all 4 years. I'm also planning at some point this year to run a drive, senior swab is what we call it, to collect some of my fellow seniors into the registry.
Can you tell me a little bit more about some of the places you've been working to sort of raise awareness and you know, work on this drive for the Latino community? Yeah,
so I strive to have a presence at a lot of Latino-oriented events. I do a lot of work with Conexión, which is a professional Latino organization. I was just there this past Monday doing an event. I collect Latinos into the registry from there. I also appeared at the El Mundo's Latino Family Festival event this past summer, which was really great, really high turnout. Got a lot of Latinos into the registry there as well. So I really strive to engage with the Latino community in any way I can through these specific events.
Now, Krissy, I imagine a lot of people aren't aware of the need for bone marrow donors and the process that takes place.
Yeah, so each year nearly 20,000 Americans are diagnosed with blood cancer and will need a bone marrow stem cell transplant at some point during their treatment. And unfortunately, only 30% of patients can find a match within their immediate family. So that means 70% of the time, patients have to rely on finding a random donor through the registry. So our goal is to be proactive in the sense that if someone is diagnosed and needs a transplant, hopefully there's someone already in the registry that's willing and able to donate to this patient as soon as they need it.
What are some of the misconceptions about bone marrow donations?
Yeah, so I think the biggest misconception with bone marrow and stem cell donation is that it's painful. Actually, 80% of transplants are done through your peripheral blood stem cells, which is just an IV in one arm. Your blood comes out, we collect your stem cells, and your blood's actually returned right back to your body in the other arm. So it's pretty quick and painless.
Quint, are you planning to do more outreach this summer?
Definitely, yeah. I plan to do more outreach this summer and hopefully continue even into my college career. Gift of Life has a college program for college students to stay involved with Gift of Life and collect people from their campus into their registry. So I definitely plan to continue with this work.
A guy like Quint must be pretty inspirational for you.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see Quint evolve in his role. You know, he started as a volunteer here in Boston, and then he joined the high school program to get his community involved. And now I hope, you know, when he goes to college, he'll join our campus ambassador program. And it's really just a gift that keeps on giving. And I'm excited to see how he grows.
So, Quint, I guess talk to me about, what you like to see at the end of this period where you're doing all this volunteer work that you've been so committed to.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Just wonder where you what you would like to see at the end of all your volunteer work. What impact would you like to have?
So I'd really like to impact the rate of Latinos or blood cancer patients in general, really, that are able to find a suitable donor. That's the end goal for the registry, for Gift of Life, is to ensure that all of these people are able to find donors and survive their illness. So that's the impact I'm really trying to make.
Krissy, talk to me about some of the ways that you go about engaging the community and just getting the word out there.
Yeah, so the big piece is really education, letting people know about the registry and how easy it is to join. It's as easy as just a simple cheek swab. So it looks like this. It's a kit. You can order it online at giftoflife.org. Just 4 little Q-tips, swab the inside of your cheek, you get put into a database, and you have the potential to save a life somewhere down the road.
Now you've got a 5K walk run coming up.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah, this is our 4th annual Steps for Life 5K here in Boston. It'll be on Sunday, April 29th. It's my favorite event because we actually host a bone marrow donor and recipient to meet for the very first time, because the donation is completely anonymous until a year after the transplant. So we're able to bring a donor and a recipient together to meet one another and just celebrate them and raise awareness in the community.
I find it, we said at the beginning of this segment, 55% of the Latino blood cancer patients never find donors and therefore do not survive their illnesses. Are there, again, that really to me just kind of stuck out there. But you say there are so many people who just aren't able to find a donor, and they succumb to their illnesses.
Yeah, so your best chance of finding a match is if someone with a similar ethnic background to yourself. So unfortunately, when patients are diagnosed and they're of minority ethnicity or they're mixed race, it gets to be really difficult to find someone that's an identical match to them. It's very important to find a perfect match to avoid any graft versus host disease or rejection from the patient. And so our goal is to really get people registered, because that's all it is. We're not looking for a cure, we're just looking for people to register and to be on the list to potentially donate.
I mean, is it difficult to convince people to do this?
A little bit, yeah. So I think the misconceptions that we mentioned earlier, the pain, and then also unfortunately people don't really know about the registry until they have a family member or friend who needs a match, and like I mentioned before, that's not usually the case where they can get a donation from a family member. So it's all about education and getting the word out there and letting them know how easy it is to just be on the registry and to be proactive. And I think it's a really great feeling to know that you can take 5 minutes out of your day and potentially save a life somewhere down the road.
Where do you go to look for? I'm sorry, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to add, people are also often really concerned about the confidentiality of the registry. They hear, oh, our DNA is being collected, who has access to that information? And I always try to make it as clear as possible that what we do is entirely confidential. The only people with access to that DNA is the lab that processes it and the registry that matches donors to patients.
What would you say to people? What is gets at the heart of this? What's the reason that they should want to do this?
Well, the reason that they should want to do this is that it's a potential opportunity to save a life. And a lot of people worry about, oh, if they actually do get matched and what that process comes to. Krissy already explained that. It's kind of like getting your blood drawn, but it's really painless. But if you get to that point, at that point, you are saving a life, and that is a really great opportunity right there. We're called Gift of Life because that's what we try to bring to these blood cancer patients.
And Krissy, where are you going to look for, what areas, how do you go look to find people to donate?
Yeah, so anywhere and everywhere. We really focus on the ages between 18 and 45 years old. Males are also actually 3 times more likely to be a match than a female. But again, the underrepresented communities, so Latino community specifically, really anyone that is interested between 18 and 45 can register, and you're in the registry until your 61st birthday, and you might be called at some point.
Okay, and just once again remind everyone how they can get involved and what are some of the ways that people can help out? Yeah,
so you can order a swab kit here at giftoflife.org/register. Swab your cheek, just fill out some health information, and then you're on the registry. And also, if you want to run a drive in your community, it's really easy to do, just like Quint does. We can actually send you all the materials you need. And then the Steps for Life 5K here in Boston is an amazing event to attend as well on April 29th.
Okay, final word of inspiration from Quint?
Yeah, like I said before, we offer the chance for people to join the registry and can potentially save a life, I think it's a great opportunity. It's been a great opportunity for me to be able to give back to my community, the Latino community, and so I'm just really excited to share this information with everyone watching.
Okay, Quint Finney and Krissy Kelly, both with the Gift of Life Marrow Registry.